Happy New Year, everyone. I hope 2021 is treating you well. I hope you have made exciting plans for the new year, and hopefully we will all make good progress in life this year. I would like to know your New Year's resolution, so please feel free to post your resolutions in the comment section. Personally, as a martial artist, I will keep improving my understanding of the deeper topics of practice. To me, this is not just a New Year's resolution, but a lifelong endeavor. Of course, I will keep posting new videos here, so that's not changing anytime soon. There's a lot more interesting content planned for this year, so stay tuned. By the way, I feel I was very fortunate to be born in a martial art family, and my grandfather helped me practice different internal styles from a very young age. More importantly, I never stopped practicing no matter what happened in my life. I was also very fortunate to have my grandparents and parents devote themselves to guide me in learning different art and skills. In that aspect, I especially appreciate my father. He did his best to ensure that I studied and practiced different traditional arts such as poetry, painting, calligraphy, opera, and many others. About 40 years ago, China was underdeveloped economically and socially. To help me continue the family tradition, they made a lot of efforts to guide my learning path. I remember very well that around each New Year's time, they would ask me what I would accomplish in the coming year. In the West and much of the English-speaking world, we call it New Year's resolution, but back then in China, we had no such term. But responsible parents would take this opportunity to encourage their children's growth. Personally, part of my New Year's resolution is about teaching and propagation of the internal style and Xiudao. Besides making tangible progress in training and teaching, such as the online teaching program, I'm also in the process of creating a non-profit organization to set and promote concrete standards of the internal arts practice, facilitate better communication in the community, organize virtual conferences and events. Furthermore, if things go well, I'd like to create an online magazine to potentially elevate the community's understanding and practice to higher levels. So let's see what I can accomplish this year. Again, if you have any suggestion, please leave comments or send me an email. My email address can be found in the About page of my channel. Also, please continue suggesting topics or questions that I can explain them for you in the monthly Q&A videos. As usual, in this video, I will introduce two interesting proverbs. Of course, I will also mention additional related proverbs wherever necessary. The first proverb for today is about martial training methodology. It is 打拳容易，改拳难. Or it's easy to practice a martial art but hard to correct mistakes. The second proverb in today's video is 夫盖对吞, which translates to distribute, cover, target, and absorb. It is a very profound and unknown Tai Chi theory. Again, I'd like to introduce some advanced topics, even though they are very abstract. To this type of knowledge, you may feel it is hard to understand in the beginning, but with time, you will see the benefit of this type of content. So let's get started. The first proverb, 打拳容易，改拳难, can be translated as such. 打拳 means practice martial art. 容易 means easy. 改拳 means correct mistakes in practice. 难 means difficult. This proverb implies that you have to pay attention to the correct practice during martial training, or it would be more difficult to correct mistakes in the future. I believe that we all know about this proverb, or at least you understand and agree that correct practice is very important in martial training, even though you may not have heard this exactly proverb before. My question here is, what is the solution to prevent unnecessary detours in practice? Or how do you practice so that you don't lose track of the correct method? Let me answer them for you as well. Well, you have to practice slowly, and this is especially important in the early stage of your training or whenever you are learning a new style or routine. Let me explain it by taking Tai Chi as an example. I have lost count of how many times I have been asked why people practice Tai Chi so slowly, and if one practices a style so slowly, then how can it be used in self-defense? I totally understand that slow practice seems counterintuitive in martial art training and is often also cited as the reason for Tai Chi being ineffective or not even a real martial art. Well, there are many reasons for a Tai Chi practitioner to practice Tai Chi in slow motion, and certainly there must be a reason behind this phenomenon. Let me explain. Out of all the Chinese martial art systems, Tai Chi is so unique that it has become an iconic style in that all practitioners have to spend most of their time practicing the form slowly. Traditionally, people call it 定架子 or fixing the structure, since 定 can mean fix, solidify, or stabilize. 架子 can mean structure, posture, or practice. So together, it means that the purpose of a slow motion in Tai Chi practice is to fix your structure. So 定架子 is an important stage of a Tai Chi practice. There are two other stages. The stage which preceded 定架子 is 学架子 or learning the posture, and the stage after 定架子 is 变架子, which means change the structure or modify the posture. The first stage of a Tai Chi practice, 学架子, in which you study the structure and the routine, is a comparatively external practice. By external, I mean a lot of students has to copy the teacher's movements and try to make their form as close as possible to the teacher's. At this stage, the intention is more external than internal. Then come to the second stage, 定架子 or fix the structure or fix the routine. This stage involves the internalization of the movements and having them become second nature. Evidently, it is a much higher level of practice, even though both 学架子 and 定架子 stage request you to practice slowly. The focus of practice changes from external to internal. Slow motion in both stages have different objectives. In the first stage, the objective of slow motion is to help practitioners memorize the movement and their details. In the second stage, the objective of slow motion is to internalize the movement, to ensure that the body can sense the form and even make it second nature through practice. So you have to be able to distinguish the differences between these two ways of practicing the same routine. Furthermore, slowness is only a means to an end. One of the objectives of Tai Chi practice is to be able to coordinate different parts of the body and unify them as one whenever necessary. The key principle of a slow motion practice is to train the mind and the body simultaneously. Slow motion needs more focus and control over both the mind and as well as the body. Many people can practice slowly but cannot focus on each detail of each Tai Chi movement. Again, slowness in practice is the means, not an end. Slowness of form is not the objective. It is the path to reach the real slow motion practice or the internalization stage, which is considered as one of the key objectives in practice. Chen Xin, one of the greatest scholars in Tai Chi history, mentioned in his book, "From start to the end, you have to practice slowly. Make it as slow as possible. You will be able to reach a dynamic and lively stage through slow motion practice. Then your opponents cannot reach your speed and your skills will become unique. It is the result of handling challenging practice and then achieving ease in practice." Here, he implied that being slow actually is aiming to be fast. To summarize it, Tai Chi practice focuses on slow motion practice in order to not only prevent any unnecessary mistakes but also as a path to a higher level of practice. Then, how about other internal styles? Let's consider Xing for instance. Xing as a style is very famous for its fast movement. So, is slow motion practice applicable in Xing? The answer is yes. Based on my teaching experience, it is very important to start Xing practice in a slow motion movement and increase the speed only after you master the movements. Or else, many mistakes may happen which are not easy to correct during full speed practice. Modern support science uses terms such as schema, procedural memory, discrete motor function, automatic neural pathway, and so on to emphasize the benefit and the result of slow motion practice, called muscle memory. In traditional practice of the internal styles, there's no term that means muscle memory, but people use the proverb 拳打千遍，其利自现, or practice the martial routine for thousands of times and the power will automatically reveal itself. Here, the word 力 can be interpreted as force, power, capacity, or skills. In one of my prior videos, I introduced a proverb that I created by myself. 慢练以定势，快练以发力, or slow motion practice is used to stabilize the posture. Fast movement is used to practice 发力. This proverb explains the benefit of a slow motion practice. So, muscle memory or 拳打千遍，其利自现 actually talk about the same principle that slow motion practice can provide a great benefit in internalizing the practice. By the way, we have to know that the so-called muscle memory is not talking about how the muscle can memorize movement. Still, memory function is due to the brain. people use the term muscle memory to express the result of a practice in a metaphorical way. Now, let's come back to the original proverb, 打拳容易改拳难, or it is easy to practice the martial art, but hard to correct mistakes. Since the body can memorize a movement in both directions, including correct movement and incorrect movement, following the right principle and paying attention during practice by using slow motion approach can maximize the possibility of avoiding unnecessary mistakes caused by many factors, such as imprecision in movement caused by a high speed, or lost details in practice caused by unskilled fast movement. So, the main takeaway here is to slow down your movement and to pay attention to details. Once you can do the movement correctly, you can then gradually increase the speed along with the skillfulness of your practice. With this approach, you will experience much faster progress in practice. Correcting mistakes in fast movement is highly inefficient and will slow down your progress. In other words, the early stages of practice can be summarized as slow movement, fast progress. Fast movement, slow progress. Demonstration. Now, I would like to demonstrate a slow motion practice of a Bagua form. I will start with the slow motion practice, then followed by the regular speed, and end with the fast motion practice. So, pay attention to the continuity of the slow motion practice, the clearness of the fast motion practice, and the variability of the speed of the regular speed practice. Hello, let me demonstrate the Bagua first palm, which is a single change palm, by using 3 types of different speed. The first one slow, second one is the fast, then third one is the regular speed. So the first one, slow motion. So now let me demonstrate the second type of, which is fast motion. So then the third one focuses on the variation between fast and slow in one movement. So now let's move on to the second proverb, which is 夫盖对吞. Wu Yuxiang, the Wu House-style Tai Chi founder, created and explained many valuable Tai Chi theories. I have briefly introduced him in my prior Tai Chi videos. He lived during the period 1812 to 1880. As a Tai Chi master, scholar, and government official in the Qing dynasty, and due to his education and social background, he contributed his lifetime experience of Tai Chi practice to the community through his teaching and literary work, mainly the 四字秘诀, or 4-word secret poem. This second proverb in this video was created by him and recorded in his book. In this book, he introduced the concept of 夫盖对吞. This 4-word proverb was considered a Tai Chi secret and not that popular in the community because of the complex nature of the content of the book. Actually, if you practice Tai Chi for years, you would know that this proverb is not a secret at all. It is about how to apply Tai Chi power in practice. That's it. In his document, he used the word qi to explain this 4-word proverb. But as I introduced in my prior video, in Chinese culture, anything can be described and explained using the word qi, since it is a fundamental philosophical concept and can be applicable everywhere. As a result, when interpreting and explaining the specific meaning of qi, you have to consider the context. This term is very contextual, and if you are not aware of the context, you will not be able to understand the meaning behind this abstract word. Based on my practicing and teaching experience, plus after discussing these topics with many Tai Chi masters in China, I believe the term qi used in this document actually means the combination of your physical and mental power. It is also called internal power or 内境 in Chinese, which is the result of the unity of the body and mind. It requires Tai Chi practitioners to calm down the mind down, experience the subtle inner changes, and maintain a neutral state in practice. With time, you will feel the inner Tai Chi energy. This is called qi in Tai Chi practice. This feeling is much easier to experience yourself than to explain it to others. Wu Yuxiang's 4-word poem is actually the application of a Tai Chi energy, especially in Tai Chi Push Hand practice. So please keep this point in mind in understanding this proverb. Also, do you still remember the proverb of 沾黏连随, which I explained in my prior video? 沾黏连随 or touch, stick, connect, follow are basic Tai Chi concepts. The Fu Gai Dui Tun is an advanced topic that follows 沾黏连随. Wu Yuxiang summarized his lifelong experience and created this proverb in his senior age, but unfortunately, his family and his students tried to block his work. This is why this proverb is not that well known in the community and also requires some training background to understand. So, to have a better understanding of 沾黏连随, please watch the Decoding martial proverb video number 5 first. Then come back to watch this part. Link is in the description. Now, let's talk about Fu Gai Dui Tun word by word. The first word is fu or distribute. It means that the practitioner should apply the right level of energy to handle the opponent's power. This skill is based on 沾黏连随, but is not limited to it, since 沾黏连随 emphasizes the principle of following the opponent's power. The concept of fu is to constantly add energy to an opponent's movement and force the opponent to resist by stiffening up. Please pay attention to the word force here, since it is the key strategy to trigger and lead the opponent to use stiffness in Tai Chi Push Hand practice. The second word is gai or cover. It is a term used to describe the nature of your energy, in that it seems your energy is everywhere during push hand practice and it covers the opponent's energy. It is a metaphorical term, but it should be applied in Tai Chi practice. Personally, I did not understand this term until I was in my 30s. It is the practice of the mind, since the mind leads the movement in practice. If you are an advanced Tai Chi practitioner, Please try to apply this principle in your push hand practice, and you will see the difference with time. The third word is 对 or target. Sometimes people may translate this word as aiming. It is the practice that after the previous two stages of Fu and Gai, you control the opponent's energy and then you can target their point of stiffness and send your power to that place in order to break their balance. Compared to the two previous steps, it is the more proactive action in Tai Chi Push Hand practice. The last word is the tune or absorb or neutralize. Sometimes people also translate it as swallowing, which is very visual but not so precise compared to absorbing and neutralizing. After the opponent is thrown off balance during the 对 stage, he may follow up with an even more powerful movement as a reflex. So, absorbing or neutralizing the incoming power becomes the necessary step to handle the attack issued by the opponent. Like Wu Yuxiang himself said that 4 words are formulas and only can be understood and applied after mastering the Tai Chi power practice to a high level of precision and subtlety. The Tai Chi power is inside your own body, but your mind should work inside the opponent's body. Pay attention to the term formulas, which is an important concept in Chinese internal style of practice. Basically, it means that this type of practice is beyond any special form but can be used to guide any physical form. So, it's very important for that you do not misunderstand it as a kind of magical force. When Wu Yuxiang got older, he emphasized more on the concept of 治人而不伤人, or control the opponent through energy without hurting them, which was the ideal stage of Tai Chi practice according to him. So, focusing on the subtle energy change in Tai Chi practice will lead to a much higher level of understanding of this art. Like I said in the beginning of this video, the 4-word proverb is an advanced topic since it is purely theory without any specific physical movement to demonstrate it. However, practitioners can apply this concept in push hand practice or even in a self-defense situation, or it can be a general guiding principle beyond any physical form. Now, you may wonder, if Tai Chi has this principle, then how about Xing and Bagua? Of course, this concept can be applied in Xing and Bagua as well. I will definitely explain them in future videos. Takeaways. 2 interesting proverbs have been introduced in this short video. The first one is about methodology, which implies the importance of slow motion practice in order to make more and repeat progress in the long run. The second proverb, created by Wu Yuxiang, introduced the guiding principle of a Tai Chi Push Hand practice. The third, 拳打千变, 其力自现, or practice the martial routine for thousands of times, and the power will automatically reveal itself. The fourth, 慢练以定势, 快练以发力, or slow motion practice is used to stabilize the posture. Fast movement is used to practice 发力. So that's end today's video. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and enjoy your practice.